And we are live, Potter Buchanan Show, Gambling Dads, the debut episode. We'll probably come up with a better name for that, but that's what I named the group chat. So we're here. TJ, Tony, how we doing today?
Hey, thanks for having us. It's good to be back.
Great to be back. Little hiatus. Vibes are high right now. We still got a little bit of summer left, and we got football around the corner. So this is a great time of year.
Yeah, and I've been mentally like prepping for the season, starting to get into like fantasy drafts. I realize it really is some like, you make fun of nerds, or like it's a trope to make fun of nerds, but it really is some nerd shit. I love it. I
It's
love
the
it
best.
so much.
I don't know if we can see this. I'm in old school. You get me a fantasy magazine. I'm still going to the shop and going to the shelves and picking out magazines. The internet's great and all that, but dude, you can't beat a nice magazine.
Wow, you had that on deck. I love that. You brought it on vacation with you.
It's actually when I buy it is on my way down to vacation. You're like, you got to grab it. There's probably like 6 magazines in the living room.
And that's the thing. You can't find that type of analysis on the internet. There's such a
No.
finite amount of information on the internet. You got to pick up the paperback to get what you're looking
Yeah. There's, there,
I don't
there's
know
no
how
way
many
you-
copies these guys are selling, but they're getting at least one sale a year.
Yeah, and you don't want to use like Google, because that's like old information. You want a hard
for.
a piece of material that's static in time, that doesn't change when you look. That's how you do it. I think that's
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
point, Tony.
There's no injuries in the preseason. So you need to get those ranks as of August 1st for your draft in September. So
Yeah,
you stay ahead of the chains. Everybody
Yeah.
else thinks they're getting updated info. Nope. We're not going to have any recency bias. I like it, Tommy.
yeah,
yeah, no, it's been phenomenal. Occasionally you are flipping through and you'll see a player ranked and he's actually on his team from last year. So there is a couple hiccups there that you just roll with it.
Ah, man, I love that. All right, so for the show today, we're going to do 2 divisions an episode. We're doing NFC West, NFC South. So if you can see the graphic up here, we got a recap from last year. I mean, kind of everyone knows what happens with this division. I mean, it's kind of the best division in football, I would say. Would you boys say best division in football?
It was last year. I don't know. We'll see.
Last year
Yeah.
definitely was. I was surprised. Like San Fran was rolling at one point last year, and I'll be honest, I didn't necessarily see that coming. With obviously Debo had left for the Commanders, and you got some injury questions with that lineup, but they were good. And that division ended up being down the stretch. It was actually insane. Like with I think it was 2 or 3 weeks left, they all still had a shot at that top seed. So it's definitely
Yeah.
right now. It's got to be in the conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I blew my hedge. I had a coach of the year, which I won. But Vrabel was like $100 to win $2,000. And I ended up putting a ton on the Niners in case they beat Seattle. I think Shanahan was going to win. And the Niners just got their fucking teeth kicked in from like Jump Street. And they were so injured. Like they had no shot. So I just blew like $200 trying to like hedge out of. I can't hedge for shit. I don't know. It's not really worth time. I suggest
You
not
gotta double
hedging.
down if anything.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The MVP came from this division, Matt Stafford. That's contentious. I would think Drake should have won the MVP.
Yeah,
But-
You might have a little
obviously,
bias.
that's the hometown there. So you're at the time. I don't even think I cared if he won it because we were still obviously in the playoffs trying to go after the Super Bowl. So I kind of wanted his head just locked in on that. So I didn't even mind at the time that he didn't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, that he didn't win MVP. But
I'll just argue forever, though. Everybody said the Pats were going to win like 6 games. And
I know.
Stafford's throwing his like third receiver is better than Drake May's one. May's
Yeah.
throwing to Keyshawn Boot and the corpse of Stephon Diggs' 1,000-yard season.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Stafford's got Nakua. He's got
Devontae Adams led the league in touchdowns.
Devontae Adams. He's got whoever. So I don't know. You got to take
So-
that into consideration, who they're throwing to and what they're doing and expectations. People expected the Rams to be good.
Yeah,
But
and I think he threw like 15 one-yard touchdowns, and they were like all to Devontae Adams. He was just stacking
yeah,
stats. Anyway, I'm a big Matt Stafford guy. I think I've argued with both of you guys over Matt Stafford over the years forever that he's good.
Good chance. I mean, the Lions were just so bad for so long, and then he had the Calvin Johnson thing. I mean, he had some weapons over the year, and did he make the playoffs with the Lions? What, once?
Once, yeah.
never won
And
a playoff game.
yeah, but they got jobbed. Do you remember that game? They got jobbed.
Nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a tough one he was just monster stats, but when you just don't win football games, and at one point he's got Megatron for a handful of years, it was hard for me to be like, yeah, no, he's great. But
Yeah.
obviously he's great.
Yeah.
That goes to how important I think like a good organization and coaches. Everybody was against, kind of went the other way because Bill Belichick, at least around here, how crazy he went. And then Brady winning the Super Bowl when he left, and like, oh, the quarterback's all that matters. But you look at the best, or the best team in this division, Sam Darnold. He was booed out of New York. He was almost out of the league, and now you can have a debate about where he is as a quarterback, but he just won a Super Bowl. That's the difference between being with a good coach and a good organization and being with the Jets.
I didn't have that on the bingo.
Yeah, same thing.
I didn't think that dude was. If you had told me when he left the Jets that he'd win a Super Bowl, I mean, I'd probably have some choice words for you.
Even Baker Mayfield in Cleveland, same thing. He was pretty much booed out, and then he lands with Tampa, and all of a sudden he's a winner.
Yeah, no, that's honestly, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily a new thing. It feels like it is, but there's a lot of these quarterbacks who basically sucked, and they've gone to a new team and they got new life, and they played pretty well. Baker's obviously one of them. Darnold, Kirk Cousins, not exactly the same, but when he first went to Minnesota, he got that guaranteed contract, and everyone was kind of shitting on that, and he ended up having some great seasons with them too.
Yeah. The interesting thing back to this division is they're kind of win now teams, but two of the teams took a running back in the first round. The Rams used their first round pick on a backup quarterback. So they're not getting a ton of help from the draft within the division.
I don't think when we're talking about the Rams, my God, I don't even think they care about draft picks at all. If you go back the last, I don't know, 8-10 years, I mean, when they got Jalen Ramsey, they got a couple big name guys. Obviously, Garrett. They just got Trent McDuffie. I mean,
they'll trade picks.
What's that?
Marcus Peters. They'll trade picks. They don't care. Marcus Peters.
Another one. They were getting all these older, all pro guys, and at one point they didn't have like a first round pick for a few years. So I don't even think they really care.
No, they don't. Sam Fran took a receiver. I don't know how Stribling's doing, but he's a big guy. He was good at Ole Miss.
Yeah, well, they're in trouble because what's up with? Did I hear like Ricky Pearsall might be like he might not play again, right?
Yeah, that guy you can't get on the field.
I heard something.
He did get shot his rookie year, to his defense.
Yeah, I think I heard in the offseason that he literally might he's having some serious issues to the point where it's like a long-term thing, and he might not even play.
We were just talking about the draft picks where two of the teams took running backs, and then the Rams took a backup quarterback. So they didn't, at least at the top of the draft, it's some interesting picks. Yeah. I'm against first-round running backs because I think a lot of
we also touched upon Potter. If you've realized that, I just don't think the Rams couldn't care less about draft picks. They just will sell every draft pick. Tony named a good one like Marcus Peters. They grabbed Jalen Ramsey. They had Von Miller at one point. They got Trent McDuffie, Myles Garrett. They'll give up every draft pick they have. I mean, I really don't think those guys hold any stock in the.
You guys think about the Rams defense, where they're going to be this year?
I think a big thing is if Donald comes back, which it kind of looks like he will, that's a bad day for the quarterback. That's a real bad day. I mean, you don't even want to trot on the field if those two guys are running up against you. Never mind if you're one of the teams who doesn't exactly have a stout offensive line. Like, my God, I still got a timer up top of my screen, Tony. Mine still says it's recording.
Yeah, no, I'm still rolling.
Yeah,
you're killing us. We're still recording on our browser.
I got the little timestamp on the top of the screen. So
this is third time's the charm, boys. Get another beer. Can you pause it? Can we get a pause? Can I grab a beer for So it's going to get away from me quick, though. This rate.
Just grab a few, boys, because you don't know. You don't quite know how long it could be on it.
We live again, or are we still in pause?
As far as I know, we're still alive.
I got a Guinness here. They're not a sponsor. Sure wish they were, though.
I got a couple.
They want to sponsor us. We got you. Oh, there you are. We had you twice.
I had
Well,
two. I had 2 Potters there first.
Yeah, that was nice. Well, they're going 0-6 in the division.
Yeah, I mean, if they were at, I don't know, 6.5, maybe. I mean, 4.5. It's tough to take under that. Like you should. I probably still would take under that. To be honest, I think they might end up with 3 or 4. So
yeah,
I guess I would possibly take the under. I think it's a no brainer, like you just said. I mean, they're going to be in the basement. I don't see any way that's not.
I mean, they went from Kyler Murray to the Pied Piper, Jacoby Brissett.
I'll be honest. I don't know. We're back to the magazine here, and I don't know if this depth chart. They got Gardner Minshew.
Minshew's better than the Brisket.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I would start Minshew. I think that guy could actually have a better shot at stealing a couple games.
They're just so bad. They want to lose, though. That was their plan. That's why they drafted the running back. I just don't know why you don't draft a lineman, knowing that you're taking a quarterback next year. But
let's not pass Carson Beck here. Carson Beck, you never know. They took a guy.
I'd start him. See what you
He
have
actually
there.
looks good in one of the preseason games or one of the training camps. He was actually throwing darts.
He was highly, touted coming out of high school. I don't think he looked great in college.
No, I mean, he spent, what was he in college for? 5 years? I mean, that's always, if you spend
That's how I felt about Bo Nix, though, and Nix is very good. So
you're not wrong.
So who knows? The one I see, it's such a hard division because I think San Fran kind of is on the way down, but they got the coach and they'll always surprise you. Seattle could go 14-3 again. I wouldn't be surprised. I also wouldn't be surprised if they're like the next 0-1 Patriots and go 500.
Yeah, I mean, even then, they're down to, I can see they're 10.5 wins. Their defense is really good. Like, so even Darnold can play pretty safe ball. Like, he doesn't really need to win those games. Their defense is so good, as we saw in the Super Bowl. They can pretty much rattle anybody. So even them at 10.5, they're one actually, I think you'd have a decent shot if you decide to take the over or the under, because it's kind of a crapshoot, I think, with that team.
Seattle's top 8. Seattle lost some guys. I'm trying to find.
Well, they lost Kenneth Walker, obviously.
Yeah.
That was kind of a big one. I mean, Charbonnet tore his ACL. They still have Charbonnet, but, I mean, he could get banged up. You have no Kenneth Walker, who is pretty stable, especially with the defense. If you have an elite defense and you're looking at Darnold at your quarterback, you got to at least be able to control the clock with a running back. So we'll see. Who do they get? Yeah, it's Charbonnet and Jadarian Price.
Yeah, they lost Walker, Mafi, Tariq Woolen, or Reek Woolen.
Yeah, he was a big piece too.
Yeah. So, I mean, they still have, obviously, they just re-signed Witherspoon, Njigba. So they're bringing back their core guys, but they lost some guys. Brought in Dante Fowler. He'll be decent for them.
They should be all right. I mean, I think even the Rams there at minus 105 to win the division, like, it should almost be higher than that. Like, I think they almost have that division on lock, regardless of the fact that Seattle just won the Super Bowl. I think the most interesting two there is Seattle, San Fran. I mean, I think
I'm the opposite, Tommy. I think there's some value in Seattle because the Rams are old. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if, they get a couple early injuries.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they can do. I didn't see Devontae Adams leading the league in touchdowns. I get that, they weren't these bomb catches or anything. A lot of them were short yardage type stuff. I mean, Puka's still young. Kyren Williams is still young. Myles Garrett's in his prime. Trent McDuffie's in his prime. So they do have a lot. But
Nakua's a mess off the field. Devontae Adams is old. This is the other side of the coin, I'm just saying. Nakua might be suspended 6 games for all we know for biting the girl. That could be 6 or 8 right there. And then you got an older quarterback. Their defense is going to be a problem with Garrett, obviously. But
what is Stafford now? 39, 38?
Yeah, he's got to be. Yeah, let me check. I got this. Hey, he's up there. So, don't sleep on an injury to him. plus 215 to win the division for the defending champs. Now, I did say they could go 8-8. Like Darnold could turn back into Darnold, but he's had 2 good years. He's bringing back a lot of the same receivers. And
Yeah, I mean, usually if the division winners are always going to end up being other division winners and stuff like that. That's obviously a big story. The hometowners, we had the easier one last year, and then we ended up higher in the division, so we got a tougher schedule this year. So they're definitely going to be dealing with a little bit of that. But I do think that there's so much value in having that elite defense there. I just think that alone it's gonna keep you in a ton of games. If you have a defense to keep you in a ton of games, I mean, you're sitting there watching red zone and you see it, dude. Some of these games, they're decided in that last 2 or 3 minutes. So that if they have the defense to keep them in it until the final few minutes of the fourth, they're going to have a chance to win games. It's just going to be a matter of if they close them out.
That's how I felt about the Pats. The defense would keep them in it, but Seattle's got the defense too. So I don't know. I just think we're talking value plus 215. And
yeah, strict value. You're probably right. It just looks
a top heavy team. The Rams don't have the depth. You mentioned it. They trade all their picks. They don't have the depth. So they get a couple key injuries. Who's the backups?
Ty Simpson, right?
Yeah. But I just mean in general, I don't think they're going to be the deepest team in the league. So
no, probably not. And obviously injuries are the ultimate equalizer for any team. That's at the top of the thing. Yeah, you take a couple guys out of there, then of course. I mean, you've actually seen it now. How highly touted have the Bengals been since Joe Burrow got there? They're just immensely talented, but they've had a couple tough breaks, and it'll ruin seasons. So,
and I think older players are more likely to get injured.
No doubt.
Tommy, the Rams are the third oldest team. Baltimore's older in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. That's a story for another day. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. The Rams, they do. I guess you're right. They're on paper. They just look like an absolute juggernaut. And things obviously got to roll right, but that's with every team in the league. But if those guys show up, I mean, at the very least, going into the season, they are an extremely dangerous team.
Yeah, as if they don't have injuries, that's why they're the favorite. But a couple injuries to some of these old guys, and that team starts looking a lot different quick. And you got a Super Bowl champ, from the prior season at plus 200, you're going to be feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's a ton of value in general, but if we're talking value, that's where I go.
Yeah, I don't know if like preseason that holds weight. I think like a lot of this stuff you want to kind of like wait and see what shakes out for it. But 215 for Seattle, I might just take it. But that's what's tough about this division. It's so good. It's stacked from top to bottom. Well, besides the bottom, right? I mean, fucking Arizona sucks, but I think it'll be interesting how it shakes out. Do we like anyone? So MVP, Stafford won.
I'm going
right.
San Fran.
Yeah, I always want to go under on San Fran, but that's another team it's a team like Buffalo. Like you always want to this is the year Buffalo sucks, and then they don't.
Yeah, I mean they got Superman over there with Josh. I'll be honest, I've never really been sold on Brock Purdy, even though he hasn't exactly done anything to make me not believe in him. The guy just wins football games. But I don't know. If you're looking at the eye test, he's not an MVP candidate, but he's stable. And obviously they've been winning games for some time, but I've never been that high on. Like I just think when they run into other juggernaut teams, a guy like Purdy's going to lose the game, but who knows? He has been to a Super Bowl, so.
I think it's just how he looks. Isn't it his appearance? He's like 4 feet tall. He looks unassuming.
Yeah, that doesn't help. I think you want like a 6'5" quarterback if you can. Like that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. So I don't like I think because I like the awards, the futures. I don't know how much you guys bet that, but Jadarian Price came to mind with Kenneth Walker gone. I think he's viable. Tony, do you have on DraftKings what's his price to win Offensive Rookie of the Year? I mean, I think that's a guy, and then they got Stribling too on the Niners. Would be another one I think in this division. Then obviously Love got hurt though already.
On DK price in 600.
600
for 1500
for
Price, yeah.
What's Love at?
475. I don't like Love
Interesting.
at all. Behind that O-line, I don't like him at all.
I mean, I
That's
The
think you read
interesting.
about
Mendoza 550 is pretty good value. That's
Mendoza's
the
550.
comparison that
but you know who said it? Tommy. He came up with it earlier. I could see a decent chance Beck starts games. And he's plus 2,500. So maybe that's the play. You throw a little on Beck. By week 4, he might be starting. He's not going to win more than a couple games, but he could put up some stats.
do you think that the contracts that they gave to Brissett at all would make them hesitate to pull him early?
No.
No, that guy's there to
No,
just be a
it
locker
shouldn't.
room
I'm
guy.
agreeing with Tony that like if you shouldn't have that much stock put in Brissett right now. I mean, it's not like you have a ton going for that team. If that guy doesn't look spectacular through the first couple quarters, I'd have Beck in there before the end of the game. I mean, what do you have to lose?
I don't know how they didn't laugh off the brisket when he went in just demanding more money. I just don't know. Like that GM should be fired. When Brissett
Yeah.
walks in, he's like, "I need another like $5 million." It's like, all right, it was nice to meet you, Jacoby. You can hold out. We got 3 quarterbacks on the roster as good as you, but it
Right.
was nice knowing you, bud.
And he's at the top
Yeah.
of the depth chart. That's what I mean. Like that to me is almost crazy. When you're a team like that where you probably don't even care that much if you lose a ton of games because then you're just going to get another high draft pick. But I don't see why you wouldn't take the shot at Carson Beck here. Brissett's been around the league forever. You know exactly what he's going to do. It's not going to be fun to watch. It's nothing new. The fans aren't going to be into that. At least when there's the unknown of Beck, like some fans might be like, all right, let's go see what this guy has. I feel like it'll help like the viewership. You know, you at least have something to look forward to. Brissett is just a wet noodle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
No,
go because not starting either, right? They're going with Kirk.
Yeah,
Kirk.
actually, I
So
believe
the play on both of those guys actually is you wait, you want to get a week before they're about to start. So, because their number's going to drift. Like, because Love will accumulate stats, the receivers, Tyson and Tate, will accumulate stats. And this is what happened. Chase ended up beating him. I had Mac Jones way when Jones was a rookie, but quarterbacks can come on fast. And if they get wins, they're going to shoot up the board. So really, like, my strategy for OPOY is going to be the quarterbacks. I like Beck. I mean, you're going to be able to get Beck. What if Jacoby starts 3 games and they lose all 3? You'll probably get Beck at like plus 5K, plus, I don't know, 6. Like, and he threw some dimes in the preseason. He probably stinks, probably, but I mean, it's worth a shot down the line. So I think there's some interesting award stuff in this division. MVP, not so much. Stafford's not winning again. That was a one-time shot. Darnold's not winning. They credit the defense too much. Purdy, theoretically, Purdy could win, and then nothing from Arizona. Purdy is one, but I mean, that's such a long shot. I don't see it.
see it either. But you made a good point with it as the weeks go by, or if you grab these guys if it's a quarterback before they're about to start, or before guys about to catch fire, like those first few weeks, if you actually think to this past season, they really don't matter that much because, you know, like a couple of the guys early on, they have a couple stinkers. And it's like the second half of the season, if you blow up, it kind of was happening with Drake May. I mean, he had a loss he really shouldn't have had at the beginning, which was worse than probably any of Stafford's losses. And it was forgotten by the end of the season. It was just a non-talking point. So to your point, Potter, yeah. I mean, even if some of these guys don't get in the first couple weeks, that certainly doesn't mean that they're out of the running for one of these awards.
Raiders and then Pittsburgh. We fumbled 4 times. We started 1 and 2.
Right. And everyone was saying, you know, May could have, should have, maybe whatever, won it over Stafford because it's, you know, by week 12, you're like, what are you even talking about? I don't even remember that game. So Those guys, it is. Keep an eye on them early, and then if they're not playing, there's a couple of them who, if the team's turning and it's going south, take a stab at them, because if they have a good half season and it's the back half, you got a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. And well, Tet ended up winning last year. There was really Cam Ward. Cam Ward should have won if he wasn't on the worst team in fucking history for O'Roy. I think that's kind of like what worked against him. Like he just had no shot. So Ted was kind of like a weak winner as far as they go. Like Chase, the year he won, was an absolute beast. And I don't know if we see that with one of those receivers. Tate has the opportunity, and so does Jordan Tyson, but I don't know if Shuck's the kind of guy who could get him there.
I think Tyson's already injured.
Yeah.
But another one last year who, if you actually, he started over a guy who actually was outshining Tet in the beginning of the season was Egbuka. His first few weeks, the guy was absolutely electric, and then he obviously fell off a cliff. But that was a guy who, he was not underwhelming to start that season. He was looking like a wide receiver one all day, and then Baker Mayfield was in the MVP conversation, and then the Buccaneers just, nosedive straight into the ground.
Fell off a cliff.
Got injured. Egbuka.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You didn't even know you were making a transition there, TJ, but that's a perfect lead in to the South, man. I think because Egbuka I was thinking about, right? For maybe, I don't know if it's generally for like offensive player of the year, which is another one that I like to look at. You got to lead the league in receiving yards, probably receptions. He was kind of on pace to do that before he got hurt. I don't know if he hurt his hammy. He was kind of never the same, but he looked incredible to start that year. And this division fascinates me, right? Because it's just like these teams all kind of suck, but they all might be okay. So like, I think that creates more betting opportunities than the West. The West is hard, right? Like you got three kind of juggernauts. San Fran could fall off. I don't know if they will, because like Shanahan didn't allow it last year with that amount of injuries. Like, what's it going to take for them to actually fall off? The Rams are stacked. Seattle stacked. Arizona sucks. But so it's more like, where do you find the opportunities? Like, if San Fran falls into a hole, can you really bet them to win the division? Because it's going to be harder to come back. Whereas that's why I love it. One thing, the reason I want to do this podcast, like I listen to a lot of betting shows, and I love shitbags teams, shitbag NFL and shitbag bets. And that's exactly like what this division is. It's just a bunch of okay teams where who knows what's going to happen. And like, you could probably find some opportunities throughout the year to bet them. Like, I think any team in this division is viable to win it. Like Carolina won with 8-9 last year. You got Tampa, who lost Mike Evans, which was like, I think moment of silence. I don't know if Mike Evans will be good on San Fran. I mean, the dude just catches 70 balls and 1,000 yards every single year. Maybe like, I don't know if he's underrated, overrated, but like, fucking love Mike Evans. Atlanta's super interesting because they got the two lefties who both like can't stand up. They're both broken, and I love Stefanski though. I'm a Stefanski guy. I always supported him in Cleveland. He actually won me a Coach of the Year bet, so I like him personally. But I think he's a good coach. I mean, who's going to win in Cleveland? And he did a couple years. He won with Flacco and then a bunch of bozos and then Baker. And then you got Shuck, who was like the belle of the ball last year of like new guys. And Kellen Moore seemed to have some stuff going. So curious your guys' thoughts on like this division, just looking at it.
I think I'm not a fan of Bryce Young. I think he sucks. Tampa's always going to be up there, or not always, but with their team, they'll be up there. Atlanta's interesting because they have the supporting cast. But they have the running back, the receiver, the tight end. they got the supporting cast. It's just, can these lefties, and I like Penix coming out. He's proven me wrong. I didn't like Tua. He looks better than, he's probably better than Penix, at least as an NFL player, which is crazy. So the QBs suck, but they got everything else. Their
Yeah.
defense is getting work, though.
Yeah, I mean, Potter, you hit the nail on that. I mean, Atlanta getting Tua is absolutely incredible. I
love it.
quarterback scenario is beautiful, and it's been going that way for the last few years. Even when they had, pay Kirk Cousins, and after like 5 seconds, they're like, "This guy stinks." I mean, unbelievable. And then to Tony's point, they've had the supporting cast, right? Like they've had some of these top draft picks. They have Drake London, they have Bijan, they have Kyle Pitts, who another fascinating character. But yeah, I think Carolina stinks. I actually think Carolina is the worst team in this division, and somehow they won the division last year. So
Me too.
we have no clue what's going to happen here. I think Bryce Young also stinks. Couldn't agree with Tony more on that. Tampa Bay last year, correct me if I'm wrong, were they 7-3 through their first 10 games?
Yes. Yeah. Baker Mayfield was he might have been the favorite to win MVP at that point. It was like they were rolling.
It's in the 8, and I'm looking at this graphic. They're 8-9. How did you go 1-6 through the last 7 games? Unbelievable. Same thing.
You ever heard of a guy named no, that wasn't Raheem Morris. You ever heard of a guy named Todd Bowles? Sorry, I won't even make that joke. But Todd, you ever heard of a guy named Todd Bowles? I mean, that's how they went 8-9. Maybe the worst coach in the NFL, but like somehow has this super talented roster, can coach defense a little bit. But I mean, that guy, like you see him on the sidelines, and he's never talking. That's always like a huge indication for me to a coach. Like, he's just never even saying anything. It's like, what are you doing over there? That's how they went 8-9 is Mr. Todd Bowles, who I kind of have a soft spot for. I don't know why I like him.
His press conferences are incredible. He says a whole lot of stuff that actually isn't saying anything. It's quite impressive.
Yeah. And then you got up New Orleans. Who knows what show is? He got hot down the stretch, but that, when how many of those teams were trying to win? And then they took Jordan Tyson at 8, who's talented, but he was injured his whole college career, and now he's already injured for them. I don't think they're going to get much out of him.
Yeah.
I have no faith in Shuck, personally. Like, he came last year, expectations were on the floor. I mean, that guy, nobody expected anything out of him. There was like a viral clip of him last year going into the season. He was in a training camp, and nobody was even wearing pads yet. And he dropped back, and a receiver cut across the middle, and he led him like 15 yards, like not even close. Dude, the guy just hucked an ass. I could have thrown a bet. I can't believe the guy in the NFL. And then he was actually looking somewhat decent the second half, but I got no faith in him. I think his expectations were nothing, so he just came in and was playing. Spencer Rattler, even though he was losing games, I think at one point was looking fine. And by fine, I mean not great, but not enough to put.
I think that's a good point. And Tony called him Show. His name, for the record, Tyler, your name is Show. That in no way spells Shuck. Shuck is SHUCK. Your name is Show, Tyler Show. So yeah, I agree. I kind of agree with that point. Like, it was just like, we're so starved. Me and Tony were talking about this before. We're so starved for like actual quarterback play that when Shuck like just doesn't completely suck ass, we're like, damn, this guy's good. But it's like he can complete the forward pass. And it's like, man, like this guy's pretty nice. So like, I don't know, they could go 3 wins, they could go 11. Maybe he is good, but like I think it's just because our bar is so low. Like we just want good quarterbacks and we don't have them.
It is, and obviously when you're talking about divisions, these guys are all going to play each other twice. Like you just said, they could have 3 wins or 8 or whatever. So could every other team here, which is what makes it just fascinating. Those divisional games between these guys are just slobber knockers out there. You have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, this is kind of wow. Atlanta only projecting 6.5 wins.
So that's why I said this is my favorite division. I think
Sure.
you could make money in this division no matter what. I think if you had enough bankroll, which unfortunately I do not right now, you could start Atlanta, maybe $200 on Atlanta, and then just just watch the season unfold and make money no matter what. Because Atlanta, it should be, they should be even, in my opinion. There's no measurable difference. New Orleans should not be second. I know Carolina, we don't like Bryce, but I like Canales. I actually think Canales should have won Coach of the Year for getting 8 wins with that team. I mean, that team sucked. And I don't know. I don't know how they won any games, and he was winning games. So he's a good coach, and I'd take him any day. I'm really not sure how he did that. So that's why I like this. It's fascinating to me.
I think Rico Dowdle.
Yeah.
I mean, he came out of left. That guy's been around the league for a few years. I mean, he did have a good season with Dallas the year prior, but I don't think when Hubbard went down, I don't think anybody expected Dowdle to. I mean, didn't he have 400 some yards in 2 games?
He was running for like 200 yards a game.
It was
for like
unbelievable.
a 4-game span.
I don't know how that happened.
Dowdle, yeah, I know how. I remember being in the backyard with the kids, and I'm just I don't think I had the TVs on it. I'm just checking fantasy, and Dowdle's just fucking he's just laying the wood on me out there, and my kids are like, "Dada, what's wrong?" And I'm just like, "Son, you don't understand." Like Rico Dowdle is putting it on.
That dude was
right
ruining.
now. Like he was good though. Like he had. I don't remember him that good in Dallas. Like I know he had his moments, but he was really good. He's actually on Pittsburgh now, which I think is like a great get for them. I mean, he's like a good Pittsburgh back. He just runs straight, kind of, and hard.
I think he was a solid pickup. Dallas, he was kind of underwhelming. I was talking about him last offseason with a couple of the boys, and I didn't even realize he had 1,000 with Dallas.
Hey, dude.
So
I did not know that. I would not have guessed that. He got 1K with Dallas.
He had 1,000 with Dallas, and it was absolutely shocking. It was staggering. I didn't realize that at all. But I had analyzed Dallas and saying their running game blows, and lo and behold, they had 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah. Well, so for this division, I mean, if you look at it, interesting bets, right? I think my strategy would be play Atlanta. Plus, find the best number you can. What we listed was DKs. We don't have a sponsor yet. This is episode 1, and we had to restart the episode 400 times because the software didn't work. But if that didn't happen, and once we get our sponsor, I think the strategy is get some money down on Atlanta and then work it as the year goes. I don't see any appreciable difference between them and the other teams. I mean, Tua stinks. You hope he doesn't start. Is Michael Penis alive or is he dead? Do we know?
He's injured again, but
Stat guy.
Been good NFL quarterback at times.
He's not though. McDaniel had him in like throw the ball immediately or like he had that. McDaniel had the offense humming for like a year where it was like you got Tyreek, you got Achane, like you got Waddle, like you kind of can't screw this up like just get the ball out of your hand. And if it's not that, I don't know. But Stefanski, I mean, he won 10 games with Flacco and a bunch of absolute bozos. So I like Stefanski a lot. He might be the best coach in this division. I think he is. Besides Canales, Kellen Moore, the jury's out. I think another play might be, to TJ's point, like full fade New Orleans. Like maybe adjusted unders. Because what do we know about Shuck? That roster's not very good. I think they're very overvalued based on like this board and what they did last year.
They are, and then you have to remember too. I mean, as good as Olave was in college, and he even had a pretty good rookie season and stuff like that. But that was another guy. We've talked about a few guys who were like one hit away from being toast. Chris Olave, nobody even talked about him going into last year because he was one hit away from being out of the league. So he's another guy where, yeah, he had a great season, but if he comes back again and gets smoked, he could go down. So I just, the jury is fully out for me on the Saints. I couldn't agree with you more about the Falcons, and I think I did want to get both your opinions on whether you'd want Penix or Tua going into it. I do think, yes, McDaniel had a perfect scenario for Tua when he kind of had that fantastic start to the season, 3-4 years back. But we also talked about how the Falcons have all these weapons. So who's to say with Drake London? I mean, Bijan's a fantastic pass catcher. If you get a guy like, I think I'd prefer Tua over Penix, which is, again, I don't know who's better, who's worse. But if you got, Bijan is as good as it gets. Drake London had a fantastic year, and Kyle Pitts is Kyle Pitts. But he should be able to get it done. I think Atlanta, if Tua stayed healthy, could easily top 6.5 games. Not even close. I think they'd blow it way over.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, honestly haven't watched that much of Penix to know. I mean, every time I see him, he looks all right. He looks under pressure, not great. Tony liked him coming out of college, and he's the college guy. And he hasn't had enough time for me to really, like, I'm an NFL guy. I don't know college. But you liked him coming out of school, Tony?
I did, but he looks terrible in the NFL, and I can admit when I'm
Yeah.
wrong, and he hasn't looked good. He's got
Yeah.
it, but
He's got an abs cannon of an arm, but
and
I
I
watched
do
it.
worry, like, he was thrown to 3 NFL receivers. I know Polk completely sucks, but he was still in the NFL. He was thrown to
Yeah.
3 guys in the NFL. His buddy on
Well, McMillan's disgusting. That one guy I would love the Pats to get is Tet's brother, because Jordan, whenever he's healthy, he's really good. He's kind of a game changer for them. And I think if he can stay healthy, Godwin, Nagbuka, like, I could see their offense being elite, but I just think the Todd Bowles of it all, like, your ceiling is just bad. I think he's going to screw it up. And Vita Vea wants out, which was in the graphic too. Like, that's a big thing for them. I think they need to figure that out. Like, he's the anchor of their defense. So
So, I mean, he was thrown to Dunze, McMillan, and Polk in college. So that would
yeah,
make you look pretty good.
that's a
yeah.
very valid point.
They called him
So
Jordan.
maybe
It's
he just
Jalen
sucks.
McMillan.
There is a possibility he might.
I swear I
Yeah.
saw him make some
But
beautiful.
they got the
They do. I think they have the best roster in the division, but so they had Walker's already toast and Pierce is out 8 games probably for that suspension. He was doing some sketchy stuff, right? Oh, we got a live appearance. Is that Katie?
Yeah, that was Katie just scooting by.
We'll cut that out, don't worry.
The whole cottage
put
is
her on the
revolving doors here, so you got to go through to get to. So
put her on the pod, dude. What's
Oh,
her
she's
take on
gone.
the
She's
NFC
already gone.
South? Damn. That would have been
I think
good. That would've been-
Tampa's the best team, the more about it. But I don't know if Baker will just get himself killed. There'll probably be in a lot of close games. He'll do something stupid. But if they get the receivers, Atlanta's defense is terrible.
Can
Opportunistic,
you pull
terrible.
Can you pull up strength of schedule real quick for me, Tony? I'm curious about that. Because Atlanta had a decent year. I mean, they were 8-9. New Orleans probably has the best schedule out of them, but none of these will have juggernauts. And strength of schedule always is like it's a sliding scale, right? Like, who knows
Yeah,
who's going to
Atlanta's
be
got the
where?
5th easiest.
Who does?
Yeah, I don't buy a lot into that. Atlanta, and they have the 5th, and Tampa's got the 12th easiest, according to Google.
Who were we
I
talking
can
about
just get a
before
quick
that?
here. Katie, who do you think is going to win the NFC South? Just for the The folks,
Can you look at the
got the
graphic?
Buccaneers, the Panthers, or the Falcons. Not the Panthers. Scoffed it off. You can look at this chart here if you want, real quick.
Yeah, it's a ball knower right there.
Check out the graphic, please. Katie, you now got to post this on your Instagram as well, since you're featured on the show, so we can help it grow.
Huge moment.
Probably the Saints.
We have a hot take with the Saints.
Big Shuck fan. Not that hot. They're the second favorite.
I know.
I don't know. Is
Bedtime.
she's telling you it's bedtime, Tony. Is anything a hot take in this division, or is everything a hot take? Like, which one is it? You know what I mean?
That's why
this is trash football. This is what we're looking for.
I gotta be honest.
It's hard to tell if what I'm saying is or it's the complete opposite, and there is no hot takes because you're dealing with an absolute dumpster fire of a division.
Yeah, give me New Orleans, Carol, Monday Night Football. I can't wait. Like December Monday Night Football.
I wanted to do this just to talk about this division. It's like warms my heart. I mean, these fucking teams, like, no one's winning the Super Bowl. No one's winning MVP. No one's doing anything, but it's just beautiful, right? And this is where the true, like, degenerate stuff comes in. You can find opportunities with this. I think I'd go as far to say this. If any of these teams start 0-2, immediately just bet them to win the division. Because, like, the season is so long, like, it doesn't matter. If any of these teams go to plus 1,000, just bet them automatically.
And then you have to think, too, a lot of times on the back half of the season, these guys, they usually save, a few divisional games for the end. So, they're about to run right into each other. So,
yeah,
it's like there's a lot of those weeks they both can't get a win. Somebody's going to lose because they're playing each other. And it really is the degenerate division because, they're not going to have the MVP. They're not going to be the Super Bowl guys, but they are these little win totals, divisional winners. It's the funnest division to talk about if you're talking about that stuff. Because it is. You have plus 400, 6.5 at the bottom. I mean, the whole division's separated by 2 games.
I know. It's incredible.
It's unbelievable. Saw Tampa Bay go on a 1-6 run to end the season after they had Baker looking like an MVP candidate. It's unbelievable.
And then Atlanta, the only reason Carolina won the division, right, is because Atlanta beat Tampa to end the year in a meaningless game for them. Oh, it's just so beautiful. It's poetic, honestly. So as far as like award stuff, do we have rookies that we like? I don't think so. I mean, Jordan Tyson, he's already hurt. Atlanta.
Yep. That's why it's a beautiful division. I like nothing in this division. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross, and I love it. But I think we all should put some money. I think we should find the best number on Atlanta and fucking put $100 on it, because why can't they win the division, and why wouldn't they? I mean, penis and 2 is enough.
Probably one that you can look at is for like a comeback player of the year type scenario is, I believe Jonathan Brooks is finally healthy, which that guy was highly touted coming out of college, and he hasn't. I don't even think he's played a snap. But the guy.
The problem is they're giving that to either Mahomes or Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, we didn't even get into comeback, which is another
guy who I was reading up on him, and it was just kind of a sleeper guy take that for whatever you want. But it's a guy who you can. I don't know what his numbers are looking like in terms of yardages or touchdowns, anything like that. But he could come in there and steal that job.
He's a guy.
Well, that could be some. Yeah, that could be some.
That was straight from your book. I know that.
Yeah, you read that right before this podcast.
I'll be honest. It's right in black and white. It's in the fine print. You just, these books, they just expand the brain a little bit. It's just knowledge that I now have in the back pocket.
Yeah, and for all the listeners,
so we're going to play a little game here, Tommy.
All right, let's do it.
We're gonna blind rate quarterbacks as a group from all these divisions. So we got to rank them somewhere between 1 and 32. Once we put a guy in that spot next week, we're gonna do the next group of QBs. You can't put another guy in that spot. So list is gonna start filling up.
Okay. I like this.
So we all got to come to a consensus, and I feel like it's a good place to start with Baker.
Oh man, that's
What do you guys think? It's hard to, you know, you
that
gotta-
actually is a harder one. I was almost hoping you'd start with one of the other guys because I could put him in the basement. I don't think you can't put Baker quite in the basement. Are
What
you
do we
guys?
think? I got
You
12?
guys staring at a list of quarterbacks?
No,
No,
you can't
that's-
stare. It's all off the
Point.
dome.
It's off
Alright.
the head.
I got
Off the
You
dome.
tell me I got
You said
magazine.
you said 12.
Yeah,
Yeah, put that hard
I look in
literature
the
away.
12. What do you
I
think?
was gonna
Higher
say
or low?
I was gonna say 13, so I'm fine with 12.
Wow. Tommy, 12 or 13, or where do you think?
I'd rather go. I'd go 13.
Okay, 13.
We're between the 12 and 13 area. I'm going to drop him low. I always like saving it for a hot take, maybe a guy who could make a jump. I think you kind of know what you're going to get from Baker. Mike Evans was hurt a bunch, but they did lose him. He's already frustrated with his contract. I don't think they've settled that yet, right?
No. Okay, and let's go to the next one. I'm calling him Shogun. What do we think?
Low. I got
20
him low. It's
I'll go 25.
Oh, okay.
I'd go. Oh, that's real low, Potter. I was gonna give him a little
it?
more credit. Not much. Like I had him probably between 20 and 25. So I guess you're just on the tail end of that. I can be pretty cool with 25.
25 would be the best of the bottom 25%. I had him lower. I had him like 28, 29. So we can go 25. I'll put him in if you guys want to go 25. That's the average of like me and Tommy.
Yeah,
All right,
25.
Tyler, show.
Show us something
Logging
this year,
these,
buddy.
so you don't need to worry. Yeah, 25. He's gonna have to take a step.
Yeah. Show us something.
Carolina, Bryce Young.
20.
I mean, he's like in that ballpark. I will say I think he's gotten better from the disaster he was when he got benched for a few weeks. I'd probably have Bryce Young around 20, 23.
Yeah, 23.
Okay,
I was going to say
22.
24.
And Potter, what did
All
you
right.
say? 20?
Yeah, but do 23. Yeah, that was too high. I think he should be right next to Show. They should have an apartment together.
This is my
they're-
point. We're going to run out of those spots because
They're in the
the
same
quarterbacks were so bad.
I know.
I mean,
That's
we're
why I
not
like
going to
this
run out of
exercise.
spots. We're going to get to a couple divisions that have like 3 guys in the top 12.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Penix, Penis, and Tua? I don't know. Nobody knows who they're starting, but they're about the same level of suck.
We're about to get real crowded in that 25 range.
23 and 25 are gone. Do you think they're worse than Show?
Yes.
Or better?
I think in a perfect world, Tua could be better than both of those guys, but we don't even know if he's starting, and it's for Penix, which is just a crazy thing to even think about Tua. I think Penix is worse. I think Tua is better.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think Tua should start.
So it kind of depends on who we're placing here, but we don't. I mean, who's number 1 on the depth chart? It's Penix, right?
I don't even know. I think it's just such a level of suck. Neither can get on the field.
Yes. No, I think Well, this is getting tough. I'm trying to think who's the bottom of the barrel. We talked about one in the other division. Do we put him
last.
below?
That guy's in last. I know. Do you guys
Yeah.
want to just pencil in the Pied Piper, Jacoby Brisket at 32? Can you guys
Yes.
think of anybody worse?
I'd have to go through it. I feel like there is, believe it or not. I think there is worse.
Yeah,
But you
what
can't
bag
go-
of suck the Jets started?
I don't even know off the top of my head. It's a good question.
I'd take him over the Pied. And he's horrible. He
Who
can't
the
play
Jets
at all.
started for?
Gino.
Who?
Gino.
Oh, Gino. They got Gino. Yeah,
Oh.
Gino's way better than the Pipe.
I forgot they brought Gino back.
They got him back.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're putting Brisket last.
You're gonna put him at 30, or should we do 29 in case we're forgetting something off the rip right now?
I think there's 32 teams, so I'm going to put him at 32.
No, I'd like him at
Yeah, you're
30.
right.
I'd like him
That's bad math.
squarely at 32, please.
What do you guys want to judge our success on, by the way? Like QBR?
Yeah, I think
Fantasy
that's a fair
football
metric.
ranking?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I'll be interested
Wait,
to see how we do on this.
Where'd we put Penix Tua?
No, we haven't put them anywhere yet. We're still
Passerby. Sorry, that's the brother there. Another passerby.
the bottom of
Let's
the barrel
go.
is filling up.
Dude, what's up?
Who do you think the worst starting quarterback is in the league? Real quick.
Oof. In the whole league?
Yeah, the idea is that, do you think it's Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah. I mean, I probably that, but
Yeah.
so I also have to say that I think Tua is down near the bottom, dude.
Oh, good. We're trying
That's
to place
funny.
I
him. We-
think Tua is down. Did you see? So Tua went to a new team. And
Yeah,
then
we're aware.
Mike McDaniel went to the Chargers as the offensive coordinator. Mike McDaniels ran a play, and Justin Herbert made a throw. And Mike McDaniels looked at Jim Harbaugh and goes, "Are you kidding me? Like he just hit the lottery." And he had played with
Yeah.
Tua for all these years. And he was like, "Nobody can do that." It's like, no, most people can do that. Tua
It
can.
was like a 10-yard out. I actually saw the clip.
Yeah, it was, dude. It was
and he couldn't throw to the sideline.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
like a 5-yard slant over the middle, and he hit it, and he was like, "Holy crap, we have something special here!" And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, you just play with Tua for your whole career. Stinks.
So we got to place Tua and Penix. What do you guys think? Below Shuck?
Yes. I'd rather have Show.
I think Shock's not bad. He was a Duck. I'm wearing the Duck jersey right here. He started as a Duck in college, dude. I don't think he's that bad.
28.
All right.
All right, so
28?
we're going Shuck, we have at 25. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what are we just doing, like a Penix / Tua scenario?
Yeah, that's what I'm going
Yeah.
to do. 28.
Yeah, I like that.
We're just running out of this third tier or fourth tier.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
you got to look at the division we're starting with here. It's tough.
Okay, can you go back a slide for me?
Quick side note, Potter, what's up, dude?
What's happening?
I haven't seen you in
Welcome
so
to the show.
I wanted
Okay.
to join the show, to be honest. I'm happy I just came in. I'm probably not going to.
Yeah. Good.
Sam
Just share it.
Fran.
Dude, yeah.
Where do you guys put Purdy? Above
10.
Baker or below? You like him better than Baker?
Yeah.
We're
I think
basically
he's better
blind
than Baker.
ranking, but we're only doing division at a time. So,
Yeah.
we're on. You just said Purdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I think Purdy is right around your, I don't know who you've ranked or what numbers they're at or anything.
They're all around 25.
Yeah, I was all right. Purdy's around like a 15 guy. 16.
I would say top. Yeah, he's around 15 for me as well. It's just
You like him better than Baker or less?
Less than Baker. Dude, Baker? I love Baker, dude. He's a baller. Purdy.
What about you, Tommy?
I think the more consistent player has been Purdy, actually. Baker, obviously we've seen the upside from him, and when he's got his weapons healthy and stuff, we talked about it early last year, extremely dangerous. But I think Purdy's got a higher floor, I guess.
We're gonna get ripped on
Purdy
this one.
plays around a team that's fully healthy so much better than the Buccaneers.
How about 12? Just one spot ahead of Baker. We have Baker at 13. You okay with
I'd
that?
say either 12 or 14.
I'd put him at
12.
14. You think Purdy's better than Baker?
12.
Yes.
All right, put him at 12. Crazy. You think Purdy's better than Baker? That's
Where do we got
Yes, I do.
Stafford?
Stafford is all right. Now we're cooking a little bit.
I mean, he's the MVP of the league, right? So is he
I
not?
got
4
him
or
6 or
5.
7. Okay.
I was gonna say somewhere around 5, 6.
I'm a 5.
Yeah,
I'm a 5 guy
I'm-
for Stafford.
quick mental math. I'd probably put him at
Stafford's shown year after year that he is just a baller, dude. I think Stafford's like underrated somehow throughout his career.
He's good, but this is for the
Do you
upcoming.
have him? Here's my thought. Do you have him ahead of May, Lamar, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow? Any of those?
Joe Burrow, 100%, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he
Yeah,
almost
Burrow
has
had-
to be above for the injury thing. He's right in that conversation, and I would probably say Stafford's like a 5 for me.
Yeah.
Going
I'd say
in
slot him in
next-
at 5 is safe.
5.
Then
I
we
think
can work
if you're
around it.
Joe Burrow, you pray to God that you ever reach the level Stafford's at. Like, Joe Burrow wants to be Stafford, dude. Stafford's
Yeah,
the guy.
But
that
if you think
Burrow-
about it, though,
Burrow's more talented, but Stafford's had more success.
He's had more success, dude. He's had some great durability, obviously, going into whatever year he's going into. And he was on the Lions putting up numbers. He's on the Rams putting up numbers, dude. He just gets it done.
Stafford
be
above wherever we end up putting Burrow.
I might have Burrow ahead of him because we're going off this year's QBR. Where do we think they're going to fall? You
I
know?
still like. I think 5 is a good spot.
Yeah, I got him slotted in at 5. All right, last one. Sammy D.
Sammy Donuts, dude. That's
30,
I mean, that's
32nd, dude.
No.
Is he better than Purdy and Mayfield now? Do we have him?
I would
yeah.
say that again, Potter. What you have him?
I'd take him 10, I think. And it pains me to say it. I think he's 10. I think he just has to be. I mean, he went 14-3 the year before. Everyone was
Yeah.
like,
It is
everyone
tough.
was like, it's just Kevin O'Connell, but I think he's good. Sort
It
of.
is tough to argue with what he's done the last 2 years that he's not a top 10
Around 10.
quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I think
If he's 10,
10's the spot.
yeah.
10? I'll put
Probably
him there. It's such a hard
You-
one.
Potter,
It's
you
good.
do hate to admit it because it's like, dude, it's Sammy D. You're like, come
know.
on. But you're
It's-
so right. I mean, how do you argue his record in a Super Bowl championship?
does he
So
have?
here's what we have out of the 32 spots. Stafford at 5, Darnold at 10, Purdy at 12, Mayfield at 13, Bryce Young at 23, Tyler Shogun at 25, the Peanuts at 28, and the Brisket is at 32.
Poor Pipe. Poor Pied Piper.
I can't wait to see how this list shakes.
Did you come up with all those nicknames on your own?
And we're just rolling with them from the pod.
Shooting from the hip?
Yeah.
Look at the room
Yeah.
you're in, dude. That's a nice room, Tony, dude.
Oh yeah, and I dial it up for you. You put me on the pod. They don't
Oh.
call me Tony Two Figs for nothing. With over 3-figure views.
Dude, I
And
didn't
here's
even
the deal.
invite you to
We
the
got
pod.
the 3-figure views.
Yeah.
Me and Tommy are going to give the Tony and Tommy take it to the bank. Can't miss. Turn your bookie into your personal ATM pick. We've never lost one of these. Potter will tweet out the pick. We'll go. We get 3-figure views. We'll go 100. If we get 4-figure views, we'll bet 1,000 on it. We'll tweet out the ticket for everybody to follow. We've never lost one of these. We get into the lab, we do the research. We've been looking these picks up. This will not lose. It's a can't miss pick.
I mean, when you're
for sure.
undefeated, it's hard to agree with that.
That's
Never lost one.
I wasn't even aware this was a thing, and I love it. Is this a preseason is this a preseason prediction, or is this like week one smash?
We're gonna give you a
whale?
pick. Then I'm not gonna tell you more than that. But this pick will not miss. We've never lost one of these since we've been doing it. 0 losses.
Okay.
It's a guaranteed win.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you don't want to give out too many details early. This is like just a little tasty treat at the end of episode 1. You know, the boys are going to be licking their chops over this. Me and Tony are already licking our chops over this. We can't wait to tweet it out. Hopefully, again, more views, more money goes on the bet. We're putting the money where the mouth is. So
I love that. All right.
Damn right.
Gambling Dads with a special guest. Derek, thank you for showing up, buddy. Yeah, I think you added a lot to the show, man. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, TJ was telling me about this, and I was like, I think I got to poke my head in there, dude.
Yeah,
I have a little bit of knowledge. I got a lot to say. Everybody,
you brought game to the
if
show.
anybody knows me, if you don't know me, I got a lot to say, dude. I'm a good guy to have on. I'll ramble on, but I got some knowledge.
And I'll tell you this right now. This is a gentleman right here who I know is going to tail this can't miss pick. So,
oh yeah,
you know, do with that what you will. But you guys are going to want to stay tuned for that one.
It cannot miss.
All right.
It cannot miss.
Can't miss. Cheers,
free
boys.
money. If you like money, you take this pick. I'll tell you that. If you hate money, don't take it.
If you like money, take the free money pick. All right, boys. We'll be back with the next couple divisions. What do we got? NFC East and NFC North. It's going to be electric. We'll catch you guys in a couple weeks. Peace.
Looking forward to it. We'll see you
hey,
guys
thanks for having me. Appreciate it.